Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So in today's video, we are going to be making this beautiful beanie hat. It's very easy, so yeah, let's just get started. Things you will need: one skein of yarn. I will leave a link to this yarn in the description box, so check that out if you want to use this. You're going to need a size I USA crochet hook. Okay, I think it's like 5.5 millimeter. You will need a darning weaving tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. And for you beginners, it's not a bad idea to have 1 or 2 stitch markers handy if you have them lying around. So we'll take our yarn, grab 2 fingers, wrap the yarn like that, and then from behind, bring it around to the front, crossing over, creating an X. Now we're going to put our left thumb on the X, continue wrapping it around, and pulling it in between the 2 middle fingers. Now we're going to take our crochet hook, go under the first strand, over the second one, hooking it on, and now we're going to pull that through. We're going to take our right thumb and finger and grab the yarn at the crochet hook as we gently slide out our fingers. And now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Grab the tail, close the hole a little bit. So we're going to put 12 double crochet in this ring. So yarn over, enter the ring, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Make 11 more of those and I'll meet you after that. We now have our 12 double crochet made, so I'm going to grab the tail and pull on it to close the loop, close the ring. That's going to bring this final 12th double crochet to this chain 3, which does not count as a stitch. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain up of that chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and pull all the way through. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. The chain 3 does not count as a stitch, and now we're going to put 2 double crochet in every double crochet around. So here's the double crochet. We're just going to slice the icing off the top of the cake. So yarn over, here's the double crochet, there's the top. So slice the icing off the top of the cake. Yarn over, pull through to the front for our 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to go back in there and place 1 more double crochet. So yarn over, go back in there, same place. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Continue putting 2 double crochet in every double crochet around, and I'll meet you at the chain 3. I just completed round 2, which has a total of 24 double crochet, and of course that does not count the chain 3 because the chain 3 never counts as a stitch. I have 24 stitches because my round 1 had 12. So now slip stitch into the 3rd chain up. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull all the way through without splitting your yarn. Now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This chain 3 doesn't count, right? It doesn't count as a stitch. However, that extra chain 1, that 4th chain, will count as a stitch. Right now, it's going to count as a chain 1 space. So watch what I do. So I have my 4 chains. I'm going to go in the next stitch, which is there, the first actual stitch. And then I'm just going to put a double crochet, slicing the icing off the top of the cake. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. So I have my chain 3, my chain 1 space, and my double crochet. And now I'm just going to chain 1 and put a double crochet in every stitch around. So chain 1, go into the next double crochet, which is there, and make a double crochet. Chain 1, go into the next double crochet, which is there, and make a double crochet. Chain 1, continue in that fashion all the way around until we get to that chain 4. I've made my final double crochet in the final stitch, and you might be wondering, should I chain 1? No? Yes, chain 1. And now we'll slip stitch into the 3rd chain up. 1, 2, 3. Enter, yarn over, pull all the way through. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So for this round, we're going to be putting a DC double crochet 2 together in every chain 1 space, and we're going to chain 1 in between them. What that will look like is this. Yarn over, find your chain 1 space, enter, yarn over, pull through to the front for your 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, pause, yarn over, go back into that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through to the front. You're going to have 4 loops now. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. That's going to leave you with 3 loops on your crochet hook. You'll yarn over and go through all 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to chain 1 and find the next chain 1 space and do it again. Yarn over, enter the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, pause. Yarn over, re-enter that same chain 1 space. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 4 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. That leaves you with 3 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over, go through all 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to chain 1. Continue in this fashion all the way around, and I'll meet you at the chain 3. I am almost back around. I've chained 1 after this DC2 together, and I have 1 more chain 1 space to crochet into. So I'm going to go in there and put my final DC2 together in there. Now, you might be wondering, do I chain 1 this time? This time, no, because we're right at the chain 3. So we're just going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain up. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and pull all the way through. Now chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So in this round, we're going to go to the DC3 together, and we're going to put a DC3 together in every chain 1 space. Right now, what comes next is this DC2 together. So we need to skip this and get over to this chain 1 space. How can we do that? By chaining 1. So we have our chain 3. I want to chain 1 more, so that's a chain 4. And then that takes us to this first chain 1 space. And in there, we're going to do a DC3 together. So watch. Yarn over, go into the chain 1 space. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Pause. And my yarn is splitting a little bit. Okay, pause. Yarn over, go back in there. Yarn over. Now we have 4 loops. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Pause. That leaves us with 3 loops. Now yarn over, go back in there a 3rd time. One more time. Yarn over, pull through to the front. That's going to leave us with 5 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. 1, 2. Without splitting. And then that's going to leave us with 4 loops this time. And then we're going to yarn over and go through all 4 loops like that. So what you have is this chain 3. You have that chain 1 space. And now we have this DC3 together. Double crochet 3 together. I'll show you one more time. Chain 1. So we can skip over this DC2 together. Find the chain 1 space that's there. Go in there, yarn over. Okay, go through 2, pause, start another one, go back in there. Yarn over, go through 2, pause, start another one. The 3rd and final one, go back in there, yarn over, pull through to the front. For 5 loops, yarn over, go through 2, and then yarn over, go through the remaining 4. Chain 1. Continue doing this all the way around, and I'll meet you once we get to the chain 3. All right, I am back around. I've made my final DC3 together, and I've chained 1 afterwards. So now you see there's this DC2 together there. There's nothing else. There are no more chain 1 spaces. So that takes us to these 4 chains. We're going to substitute into the 3rd chain up. 1, 2, and 3. Like that. Just pull all the way through. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. For this round, we're going to DC4 together. So you guys are starting to see the pattern now. Okay? In every chain 1 space. So here's the chain 1 space. So we don't need to chain a 4th chain to skip over to get to the actual first chain 1 space. We're already right here. So we're going to go right here in that first chain 1 space, and we're going to put a DC4 together. I'll show you this one more time, and then I'll let you fly. So yarn over, go in the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Pause. Yarn over, go back in there a 2nd time. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 4 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Pause. You have your 3 loops. Yarn over, go back in there for a 3rd time. Yarn over, pull through to the front. You have your 5 loops. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Pause. and you're gonna have 4 loops on your crochet hook. Now we have to do this one more time. Yarn over, go back in there 4th and final time, yarn over, pull through to the front. And now you're gonna have 6 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over, go through 2. 1, 2. And that's gonna leave you with 5 loops on your crochet hook. You're gonna yarn over and go through all 5 loops. And then chain 1. And you're gonna do that in every chain 1 space around. Here's the next one. So yarn over, go in there. I'm gonna go faster now. 1, pause. 2, pause. 3, pause. 4, okay, and that leaves me with 5 loops. Yarn over, go through all 5 loops. Chain 1. Continue putting 1 DC4 together in every chain 1 space around, and I'll meet you at the chain 3. So I'm about done with this row. I have chained 1 already, and I'm at this final chain 1 space. So I'm just gonna go in there and put 1 more DC4 together. More double crochet 4 together. All right, yarn over, go through all loops. And then, once again, you ask yourself, do I need to chain 1? Well, I'm right at that chain 3, so no. So I just slip stitch in the 3rd chain up. And pull all the way through. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going to repeat that row. So we're going to do another row of DC4 together. And we're putting those DC4 together in every chain 1 space. All right, so right here, you might be wondering, what did we do? Well, remember, there was a chain 1 space right there, so we didn't need to chain a 4th, right? Which means there's no chain 1 space. We have this chain 3, and then we have this DC4 together. We're only putting DC4 together in chain 1 spaces, so the first chain 1 space that we're going to crochet into is there. But we need to get over there, so now we chain 1, so that's that 4th chain to get us over there, and then we just put in our DC4 together. That's 2, back in there, for 3, back in there, for 4, and then yarn over, go through all. Oops, chain 1. And so what you have once again is this chain 3, that chain 1 space, which we'll crochet into in the next round, and then, yeah, the DC4 together. And then we'll just go around putting 1 DC4 together in every chain 1 space, just like we did the previous round. So continue doing that, and then I will meet you once I get back around to this chain 3 space. See you there. All right, so I am almost back around to the chain 3. I just made my final DC4 together in that final chain 1 space, and now the chain 3 is there, but I need to get over there. So if there's something that's positioned before your chain 3, then that should remind you that you need to chain 1. So I'm going to chain 1, okay, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain up, 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to leave that 4th chain, which creates a chain 1 space. See? All right, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So now here's where you can kind of customize this yourself. You can continue doing rounds of DC4 together, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the DC3 together. So I'm going to do 1 round of DC3 together, and then maybe 4 rounds of DC2 together after that. Okay, so you know how to do both the DC3 and the DC2. So I'll start you off, and yeah, I'm going to let you fly. Ask yourself, do I need to chain a 4th one? No, because I'm right here at that chain 1 space. And remember, I put my DC whatevers in the chain 1 spaces. So since I'm already there, I don't need to chain 1. I'm not trying to skip over anything. So I'm just going to go in here and DC3 together. 1, back in there. For 2, pause, back in there. For 3. All right, that leaves me with 4 loops on my crochet hook. I'll yarn over and go through all 4. Chain 1. Find the next chain 1 space. And DC3 together. 1, 2, 3, and then go through chain 1. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to do a round of DC3 together, and then I'm going to do maybe 4 rounds of DC2 together. After I complete each of those rounds, I will check back in. Feel free to deviate from this, customize this hat to your liking. Maybe you want to continue with DC4 together. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do. And I'll check back in a little bit later, okay? See you soon. I am almost done with my 4th round of DC2 together. I just have one more chain 1 space to crochet into. So I'll chain 1 and go into this final chain 1 space and DC2 together. I'm right now at the chain 3, so I'll slip stitch into the 3rd chain up, 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to chain 1. All right, so these final 2 rounds will just be rounds of single crochet, okay? So 1 single crochet in every stitch. Remember, this DC2 together is really only 1 stitch, okay? So we're going to find the top, which is there, and to make a single crochet, we don't yarn over first. We just enter the stitch, slice the icing off the top of the cake, yarn over, pull through to the front for 2 loops, and then yarn over, go through 2. You can take one of those stitch markers and put that on that first single crochet. And now the next stitch is not the second body, but instead the chain 1 space. And we just go in there and put a single crochet. And then here's the next double crochet 2 together, slice the icing off the top of the cake, and make your single crochet. And now go into the next chain 1 space, single crochet. DC2 together, single crochet. Chain 1 space, single crochet. I'll meet you back around at the stitch marker. I am almost back around. I'm at my final DC2 together, so I'm just gonna slice the icing off the top of the cake and make my single crochet. And now I am going to bypass that chain 1 where the stitch marker is and slip stitch into the first actual single crochet of the round, like that. Now I'm going to chain 1, doesn't count as a stitch, and in that very same place where I just slip stitched, I'm going to go back in there, that's the single crochet, and put a single crochet. And then of course you can transfer the stitch marker to the single crochet that you just made. Put it in the top of it like that. And then just do a second round of single crochet, slicing the icing off the top of the cake of every single crochet around. I'll meet you at the stitch marker. I'm back around, so I'm just gonna go right this where the stitch marker is, slice the icing off the top of the cake of that first single crochet and slip stitch. I'll take out the stitch marker now, and then I'll chain 1 and cut my yarn and then fasten off. And now I'm going to pull this tail in to the inside, so I'll just go through a loop like that, yarn over, pull through, and then chain 1 basically. And that's going to cause the tail to tend to the inside. I like to leave a little tail, which serves as my tag because it allows me to know where the back of the hat is. Now something that you might notice is that there might be like a little opening there that's a little bit larger than the other openings. The reason is because this is the previous round is where you did the DC4 together, so it creates a larger opening when you crochet the next round. Okay, so that's normal, and there's an opening on the other side of that chain 3, but it's not as pronounced. So for those of you who are new and wondering if that's the case, it is. It's just by design, the way it turns out, but it's not a big deal. I mean, this hat is supposed to have openings. Okay, and yeah, if you didn't want this tail, then you could weave it in. That's why I said you could use a darning weaving tapestry needle. I think most people weave in their tails, but with my hats, especially, I like to leave a little tail that serves as a tag. All right, so this hat fits, I would say, like a small, medium head, okay? If you wanted to make a larger hat using this pattern, something that you could do, there are a couple of things that you could do. You could start out with more than 12 double crochet in the center. You could try like 15, okay? And then instead of the second round having 24 stitches, it would have 30, Okay, so it would be bigger. Something else that you could do is you could continue increasing with another round. So here it was just 12 DC. Here we put 2 double crochet in every stitch around. So the pattern was just 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, right? Before we get to this stitch where we double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, instead you could add another increase round with the pattern 1, 2. So that would mean that the first stitch, so you would chain 3, and then the first stitch would get 1 double crochet, and then the second one would get 2 double crochet. And then you would just alternate 1 double crochet, next stitch, 2 double crochet, next stitch, 1 double crochet, next stitch, 2 double crochet. And then after that, that fourth round would be the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Okay? So there are a few ways that you can increase, but I wanted to make this size, and yeah, I love this pattern. As I said before, feel free to customize it. You know, you can use DC2 together, and then DC4 together, and then just regular double crochet, and then DC3 together. Whatever you want, you can do. But this is the design that I liked. You can do more rounds of the single crochet if you want, or you don't have to do any rounds of the single crochet. It is completely up to you. Okay? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see more hat tutorials from me, check out the video above. And if you like this video, like it. And if you want to see more videos from me, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy crocheting.